Hello, my name's Anne and I am going to show you how I spin Angora wool from my friend Melanie's wonderful rabbits at Windchaser Angora on my Electric Eel spinning wheel. I am going to set the spinning wheel about a 1.5 feet away from me. I have picked up a fresh clump of Angora, and there is a little amount of second cuts towards the cut end of the fiber, and I'm not going to worry too much about it because it will quickly become apparent where it is in the spinning, and it's easy to pick out at the time of spinning. So here we go. My goal is a lace weight single at this point. I plan to 2-ply it. I'm just laying my previous single end on top of the new clump of fiber. No combing, carding, anything. This has no VM and is very clean, so I'm spinning it straight from the latest shearing. Okay, once I have the twist firmly engaged, then I just pull back. I'm not worried about thickness at this point, and you'll see why in a moment. Come back up to the previous, and I thin it as I'm going along, very similar to a worsted draw at this point, usually a short forward pull, and that's just to get the exact thinness that I'm looking for. I'm pulling at both ends. When I find the little clumps of second cuts, they just pop. I'll try to get you to see it against the black background. They just pop away from the single, and I drop them onto the blotter. Okay, and all I'm doing is lightly tugging at the long draw that I pulled from the cloud, and I am at the end of that long draw section, so I am going to do another long draw. Just make sure you have your twist firmly engaged in the cloud and pull back. And I'm going the full arm's length this time. And back to that point that I'm managing the amount of twist. And I have a mistake here because I let it get too thin. It's just too thin. So I'm going to break it at that point, put it back into the cloud. Get the twist engaged. And start thinning it down again. Couple things that I have learned with some time spinning Angora. It may feel like it's over twisted, but after you apply it, it's really hard to over twist Angora. You need the high twist to keep it from drifting apart while you're drafting, and to hold the fibers together in your constructed garment because it sheds very easily. Okay, and I have reached the end of my long draw pre-drafted section, and I'm just going to pull another arm length out. And by using the hand closest to the orifice to roll the single counterclockwise a bit, I take the twist out of the immediate drafting area and can pull open the fibers to thin them very, very easily. So I have a small amount of twist prior to my right hand, and the amount of twist that I want going onto the bobbin on the far side of my right hand. Okay, time for another pull. And I just scissor my left index and thumb finger open and shut to make sure that my twist stays fully engaged in the cloud supply, and then I come back and concentrate on my little 1 to 2 inch of area that I want to thin down. I can stop the motor on the electric eel wheel at any given time. I just have my foot resting on the floor. I don't have it hovering above the foot pedal. But there are quite a few twists per inch going into this single. So at 500 RPM, it sounds high, but it's really not. Here I have encountered another second cut loop, and I'm just pulling it off and dropping it on the blotter. There's a couple more. If it lands in the, or if it's twisted into the single going towards the bobbin, you can pick it out. It looks just like Chanel. In fact, that's how they make Chanel. It's not necessarily with Angora. Okay. And back to another long draw from the cloud. And my little drafting area. Okay, if I start to get too much twist in the area going towards the bobbin, then I just quickly draft up enough to reduce the twist going into the bobbin. I've easily got 12 or 14 twists per inch on this fiber right now. I'll have to measure it in a moment. So my twist angle is about 45 degrees. And the singles are turning out to be about 1/80th of an inch. And I measured that using my spark plug gap measuring device. Okay, I don't like how thin this got right here, so I'm going to break it and join to my fluff. Oh, I also need to move my sliding hook. Get my twist engaged, going back into the cloud, and pull.